Hi, my name's Sydney, and I am a writer and TV producer here at Maranatha. This job has brought me to some seriously crazy places around the world. Today, I'm going to show you one spot that I never would have thought that I'd visit. This place is the state of Mizoram in northeast India. If someone would have shown me these shots before the trip, I would not have guessed that this is India. And this kind of makes sense because it's actually pretty separated from the main chunk of land that people picture on a map when they think of India. After flying in, we set out by car on one of the most iconic roads I've been on. It was carved into a steep hillside for the entire trip, and it was breathtaking view after breathtaking view the entire way. And as if our journey so far wasn't jaw-dropping enough, this is where we spent the first night in Mizoram. This is Aizawl, the state's capital city. If you're feeling a little speechless, you're in good company. As someone who grew up with zero elevation variance, shout out Midwestern United States, I could have stared at this place all night if I wasn't extremely tired from travel. The next morning, we set out by car again. Partway through the drive, we took a pit stop at this little store to use the bathroom and ended up watching the owners make donuts by hand. They looked so good that we stopped here again on our way back to the airport, and I ended up eating 9, which was not really a good idea considering how windy the road was, but I survived and I would absolutely do it again. Then we finally arrived at our final destination, Hill Adventist Academy, in another hilltop town called New Champai. The school serves roughly 350 kids from kindergarten to 10th grade. There were many more families from the local community who wanted to send their kids here, but there just wasn't enough classroom space. Maranatha was in the early stages of expanding this school, so our job was to capture its essence to share with potential donors. After poking around the school for an hour or two, we made our way back to the school's guest house and had a meal of dal and naan, which was delicious, and began the nightly ritual of heating water for showers. We were at a high enough elevation that the nights were pretty cold, so this little stick-mounted heater wasn't efficient, but it was very necessary. The next morning we got to work. To be honest, trying to understand the heart and soul of a place in just a couple days is hard, but there are several things Maranatha producers do that can help us achieve this. First, we tried to stay as behind the scenes as possible and film the school day playing out on its own. Second, we interviewed teachers and students, because I can relay facts about the school and even share my limited impression, but these are nowhere near as valuable as hearing directly from the people who make Pine Hill, Pine Hill. One especially memorable interview took place on day 2 with a student named Haosyan Len, or Lei Len to her friends. Lei Len is from Myanmar, the country that borders Mizoram just 26 miles away from Pine Hill. She is one of 35 refugees who have fled the 78-year-long violent civil war that has devastated their home. As I interviewed Lei Len, I realized that she's one of those personalities that's so bright, it's easy to assume they've never known a bad day. But Lei Len's family back home in Myanmar is often on the run from armed militias, and many days she doesn't get the luxury of a text or a phone call to know that they're safe. As Lei Len showed me where she and other refugees live, which was a small dorm one hilltop over from the school, I was thinking about the fact that strength is oftentimes presented as this hard shell that we use to protect ourselves. But Lei Len was strong in a different way. She was brave enough to lean on friends for support during hard times, and strong enough to endure hardship with kindness and joy whenever possible. By the end of our 3 nights at Pine Hill, I felt inspired by Lei Len and students like her who are studying hard with hope for better, and thankful for the elementary education center that Maranatha is building here. It's a large structure with an auditorium and 10 classrooms, and when complete, it will allow the school to almost double its enrollment. This was a trip full of inspiring landscapes and people, and I was so excited to get writing content from the trip when I got back here to the office. If you want to see more of Pine Hill and Mizoram State, Maranatha has several TV episodes on them. I'll link them below in the description. Feel free to also like and comment on this video and subscribe for more like it.